Hey guys, wanted to make a relatively short video talking about my experience with taking a drug called Propecia. This is a video that I've tried multiple times to make, and each time it's always a little bit harder than I anticipated talking about this in front of the camera. So early 2018 I had some concerns regarding premature hair thinning, hair loss around the temple area. So I went to a dermatologist, and he suggested to do minoxidil and told me about a drug called Propecia. And I told him, I decided to research it for myself. For every one or two about the negative effects, there's 5 or 10 posts or videos of doctors, hair transplant surgeons, and healthcare professionals like dermatologists, etc., saying that the drug is absolutely benign, and the side effects are benign at the worst, and discontinuing use of the drug resolves any side effects you would have on the drug. And so just from seeing all that information from professionals, PhDs, I decided to take the drug. I figured that if anything was weird, I would just stop taking it. So late 2018 in October, I filled the prescription for 30 1 milligram pills, and I took my first pill in late October. It was early afternoon, and that night, 6-7 hours later, I instantly didn't feel like myself. I felt as if something had been switched off inside my brain. I couldn't understand like where I was. I was just in the apartment I just moved into with my friend, and I couldn't comprehend mentally what I was doing there or what was going on. I remember wandering around the apartment and everything looked very foreign. I was essentially unable to navigate an apartment I had been in for at least 2 weeks. Over the next few months, it turned into inability to read, horrible memory issues. I would forget people's names. It was kind of just like floating. I describe it best as somebody turning a switch off inside your brain. It progressed into muscle weakness like a disconnect from my body, and essentially just fast forward 11 months later, it has all gotten worse. I have significant cognitive impairment. I have trouble reading, understanding information. Just simple things like studying for a test are insurmountable. Sometimes it's difficult to even function. I'm a doctoral physical therapy student, and it's, every day my main focus is just getting through the day. Before this struck, I was always a planner. I was an excellent student. I completed my undergraduate with a 4.0. I don't say that to brag. I say that to hopefully put into some perspective of how things have changed for me. Physical therapy might not be something that I can do in the future because of this, and that's hard to think about because I've worked the past 5 or 6 years to be a physical therapist, but now even things like simply understanding anatomy concepts, biomechanics, all of it is just, it's crazy. Just reading is difficult. Every day I would use that day to set up the next day, and now I just try to survive the day at hand, really. But yes, it's been very difficult to study, to pay attention. Most of the time when somebody's speaking to me, it's very hard to maintain eye contact and just understand and synthesize in my brain what they're saying. It's caused me to feel very on edge, uncontrollable panic attacks, horrible anxiety, just about 24/7. I used to have a confident feeling. I used to feel excited. I used to get excited for things, like when you get off on a Friday early and you have the whole weekend ahead of you, that exciting feeling you get, that's gone. I don't get feelings like that anymore. It's just replaced with like misery and just total anxiety. It's very hard to describe, but it's just like you're just floating. Like there's the rest of the world, and then there's you. Physically, I've had extreme muscle wastage over the course when I took the drug until now. It was very gradual. I had gradual loss of muscle and softening of my skin. And the best way to describe it is if, again, something shut off inside my body. Limbs fall asleep very easy. I get cold very easy. And my hair does not produce any oil, and my eyes get very dry, and my skin's very dry. If I had to put percentage on it, I have 50% cognitive issues and 50% physical issues. Always enjoyed exercising and lifting weights. It's actually always been my passion. But now that I'm not able to build muscle properly and my muscles just have this dead offline feeling, that's been a tough pill to swallow for me. If you do have side effects from this medication, that there are going to be very few doctors that can help you. There's going to be very few people that understand what you're going through. I reported my symptoms to the dermatologist who prescribed the medication, and he had not heard of similar symptoms. He had heard of sexual dysfunction in a small percent of the individuals he had prescribed it to, but that's pretty much it. He suggested I go to my family doctor and get blood tests. There have been no abnormalities besides significantly decreased testosterone level in my blood and slightly raised estrone. My neuroendocrinologist told me, he explained that my testosterone levels are the same as a 70-year-old man. In many cases, hormone therapy makes guys worse, actually, the higher they get their testosterone levels. So he has me on low-dose Clomid to see what happens if he raises my levels. Very often, hormone treatment isn't effective for this condition, but we will see. I am hopeful. Yeah, this may sound crazy, guys, but there's no limits to what this drug can do. I hope that my body will, heal and return to homeostasis. That's what we're designed to do. And this condition is very bizarre because finasteride is a very unique medication that it has the ability to keep affecting your body even after the half-life is over and it's left your body. And we don't know what causes this condition, but it's absolutely real. Post-Finasteride Syndrome is real. You'll see many videos of doctors, PhDs, whatever, saying that it's a benign drug and, hypochondriacs, fear-mongering. But this is my story. This is not fear-mongering. Post-Finasteride Syndrome is very real. I thought it was bullshit before I took the drug, and it's changed my life completely. Physically, mentally, sexually, but the sexual symptoms are the least of my worries. So yeah, I kind of got hit with a kitchen sink. But I want to make this video for you guys because it's been very difficult. It's been 11 months now. I've always been a very hard worker, very diligent, you know, and sometimes I think this condition is going to rip all of that away. But I don't think it's right to not post about it. I think I should make a video about it. I think everybody with this condition should. I think before deciding to take Propecia, you should really weigh the pros and cons, and that's difficult to do because there's a lot of misleading information. This syndrome's real, and I think that the drug should have been banned a long time ago. I don't see how it has stayed on the market this long. It's absolutely crazy that this drug is still prescribed to young men for a cosmetic issue. I think the main issue with the drug is that you're not really knowing what risks you're consenting to. When I chose to take it, I consented to sexual dysfunction and possible risk of high-grade prostate cancer. Those were the only two side effects that my dermatologist mentioned. Well, I appreciate if y'all have made it this far and watched the video.